Whew. I just got in from the garden because I'm hearing a lot of thunder. It's not raining yet, and I doubt it's going to rain. It would be wonderful. Um, but I forgot to take the camera out. Oh, can you look at me? I'm just dripping with sweat. I'm never used to sweat this much. I don't know if it's hormonal changes or just getting older. But it's all in my scalp, and usually I rinse off outside under the hose, but I thought, well, I better get inside real quick. I had bean sprouts, 2 different kinds of bush beans, some yellow wax beans, and I don't know what the other one was. And so they were sprouted really well. So I put 3 of them underneath one of the tomatoes that I just put in a pot, and then all right, feel better. Put the hair down. Just so the sweating thing is new. Like I hit 40 or something, and I was really blessed with just not, having too much sweating going on, and especially there wasn't much smell. But oh, I look terrible. Excuse me, guys. But anyway, it's new. So anyway, put 3 beans in underneath a tomato, and then some of the other beans underneath the corn. The corn looks pretty bad today. Oh, according to Stephanie over at that I watch, she's like, well, if it's really root bound, that's probably why it doesn't transfer well. And this stuff was really bad. I wasn't planning on doing corn. Corn takes a lot of water and a lot of space, but I had some gem corn that it's just been sitting around for years, and I thought, oh, it's not going to do anything, right? And I had an empty salad tub from the store that, just a big plastic one, and I thought, oh, I'll just throw some dirt and throw these seeds in, and I just put 2 and 2, and I think I ended up with 13 sprouting out of the 14. And I keep telling myself, find a place for them, find a place for them. And did you think that I found a place for them? No, I did not. Okay, I feel halfway decent now. Must hydrate. So, anyway, last night I got all the corn out. I put a whole bag of compost around that and some of the other things that I have going on. Some rice hulls and some sea kelp and some worm casting tea that I put on the tomatoes. They needed to be fed. And I think I still don't have all my tomatoes transplanted. I don't have room for everything. I shouldn't have grown as many tomatoes as I did, but anyway, not everything's growing very fast and doing all that great. There's the rain. Please don't let it be hail. That's the one thing that usually happens when it's hot and we aren't expecting rain and we get a thunderstorm. We get a really crazy, devastating hail. So I would be devastated if we... So I will... Anyway, I'll show you more of the garden tomorrow. My health is just to the point to where I keep thinking that, if I do something every day like this, if I'm out in the garden and I'm sweating like this every single day, that my stamina will build up. No, that's not the case. It has not. I hurt like a mother water when I come in. My feet in particular, I just, from the ankles down, it feels like they're on fire. And the only thing that calms that down is scrubbing them really good with a cold rag, and just, cooling my feet off. They just are so hot. I don't know. And my toes, especially my big toes, it's a challenge. And so it's one of those things to where you just don't want to go out and do anything because it's just going to cause you pain. But I'm bound determined to at least get something coming in this year. For someone who used to garden every single year and then all of a sudden didn't. I did a little bit last year after all my surgeries, but I was recovering through the summer, and so everything kind of just went into some pots on the porch. And I bought seedlings. I didn't sprout anything from seed last year. And so you would think that with a whole year of physical therapy and going to the doctors and doing what you're supposed to be doing, and all the exercises and the strength building and weight training and stamina building and occupational therapy, all these things that I have done to get better, I'd be a little further than I am, a year and a half out. And so I guess I'm complaining. And I'm sorry I'm complaining. I am very blessed to be alive. And I'm very blessed to have my daughter and my granddaughter to be around to help me realize what it is I fought so hard for, to stay, because I wasn't ready to go. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing really well. Colorado's on fire. We have about 3 of them. One's not too far from me on the other side of Golden, but it's pretty small. Hopefully, as it's cooled off, there's no wind, but it did rain a little bit. It's not much. I don't even know if it wet the ground. But we've lost, I think, 4 firefighters already. It's just so sad. Those folks work so hard. It's good to see, though, that so many people around me anyway, or the small little places I do travel, are really taking the drought seriously. All of our front lawns, none of us are, very few of us are watering our front lawns at all. I mean, all the water I use is for my garden and to produce food. I'm letting my front lawn, not that there was much of it, because I've been slowly transitioning out of any kind of a lawn at all. I just don't believe in grass here. It makes no sense. Or a prairie. And I would rather be putting things in food production than a green, conventional front lawn that isn't giving that much oxygen and providing anybody with any benefit. And besides, I've got a neighbor who sprays everything that I don't want on anything, so I have to be really careful where I put things on that side of my life. And on the other side of the lawn, I have been growing clover for the last 3 years, so I have a side lawn that's just clover and flowers. But I think I digress again. I don't know what I was talking about. The fire. But anyway, it's nice to see that people are abiding by what they need to. Unfortunately, you still have the people that are throwing fireworks around, and I have no neighbors in the back. I have an open space that's just a big tinderbox, and so I last summer I saw, and I think it was from a firework that they were setting off in the apartments a little, and I watched one of the the units go up in flames, and they lost their pet, and it was just devastating. So it's like, I really hope they crack down on people, you know, and their matches. I don't know. People are stupid. But it's just so sad to see how much of the earth is really hot right now. 104 in France, and luckily we haven't hit the triple digits, but we will. I mean, it's not even July yet, and we've hit the upper 90s. So, and that's just so rare for us. So, and we had absolutely no winter in Colorado. I mean, hardly any. The only time we were cold, and we had our pellet stove on was in the fall, and we never used it for the rest of the season. Usually our coldest months will have below freezing, we'll have below zero weather for a couple weeks in January, February. Nope. That's why I started seeds early and was trying to grow things early, but then I ran into so many. I kept thinking, well, I should have just kept my garden going. I should have just kept putting things in the ground and in pots, and because the weather was fine. But the rest of the earth was confused, and so I mean, I don't know. So it's just really challenging. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to try to grow things, and it's a challenge to stay sane, and it's a challenge to try to find some happiness and joy in your day, and especially when you're hurt, and when you're seeing people not be nice to one another. So I honestly am quite the homebody, and I stay in my little world. It's noisy out there, and it takes a lot of energy. It sucks a lot of energy out of me, and nothing like it used to. So I'm kind of, me and my dogs and my grandkid, and crocheting up a lot, or designing something, or planting something. I need to put things into some creativity. I need to produce something that makes me happy, and stay away from the crap. I just stay away from all of it. I'm not saying that we shouldn't stand up and fight for, which is another, and get angry at times, because boy, there's a place for that, a time for that. But just right now, I'm taking good care of myself. So give yourself a hug. Take care, you